Welcome, everyone, to the Dr. Greg Show, November 24th, 2025. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. What a day, guys. What a day. Been everywhere today. Been on the TikTok app. I've been talking and ticking. Trying to get, happy birthday, Gwen. Happy birthday. Trying to get out into the debate panel, debate space, talking to people. And a bunch of cool news too, guys. A bunch of big news. If you haven't been to the MAVA Action channel, one, if you don't know about this, you are not in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord and you're listening to my voice, I love you. Please get in the Discord. You know, that is where we are organizing, because, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a stream. This is not a passive thing. We are a movement, a political revolution, and this is where we are organizing, is the Discord. How we are actually taking on MAHA and these 423 bills that are trying to be passed. And a lot of them have failed, ladies and gentlemen. That is another thing that we need to go over today. Good news. A lot of them have failed. And we are going to pile on and make sure that they know it's not okay what they're doing. So if you have not been to the MAVA Action Network, please do so right now. Go action.drgregshow.com. Okay? Check it out. action.drgregshow.com. Enter. And that's going to take you to this. Page by page. All the states now, every single bill, every single one of these anti-science bills has been categorized by state. So you're like, hey, I live in Montana. What can I do? Boom. Here's a strategic background report on the specific Montana bills and how we're going to do it. Boom. Executive summary. Here's the ones that are failed. These are the ones that are in process. This is what happened here. This is all of these bills. So you can stay and abreast to what's actually happening. I see Michigan. Move. Michigan. Michigan is the gene-based vaccine ban, the handcuffing health departments, the vaccine status one, and then these are all key votes, right? These are key primary targets that we have identified that can help us win these battles. And that's what we're doing. And then you're like, oh, I live in Michigan. Someone was in Michigan. So you're like, okay, in-state advocates, Michigan residents. Oh, okay, copy and paste. Boom, boom, judoom, boom. And now you can contact your state, ladies and gentlemen, your state so easily. Check it out, please. action.drgregshow.com. We are not just a stream, ladies and gentlemen. We are a movement. We are stopping these MAHA bills in their tracks. And a lot of them because MAHA is lying. They are failing. Don't get me, they are wrong, and they are not getting passed because these Republicans and these politicians know that vaccines aren't harmful, that they're not causing disease, right? They don't want disease rampant in their cities, in their communities. So they're not banning vaccines, right? So they're failing, and you know what, now we'd have to pile on. So a lot of these, we have identified specific Republicans or Democrats, or specifically Republicans that are physicians or science-based in their profession. We are targeting them specifically because we want to put pressure on them to know that, hey, this might have failed, okay? Like, for example, Minnesota, look at all these that failed. A lot of them did fail. And they're not going to be passed. But the point is, what we are doing is we are piling on and saying, hey, if you try to come after public health, we will hold you accountable. When you come after these things, we will combat you. State after state. Maine, defeated, 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 defeated. Every single one. 6 out of 6 are defeated in Maine. So what do? Do we sit on our laurels and we just sit back? Absolutely not. That means that we go on the offensive. That means that we go and say to these nurses, physicians, dental hygienists, and these chairs of these committees, and we say, hey, we saw what you did, and it's not okay. And you better hold the line for if they ever introduce this again. That's what we do. We don't stop. I love how all these GOP senators that confirmed RFK are now complaining about him. Yeah, Ghostbusters, exactly. Bill Cassidy was like, how are you making America healthy again by allowing more disease? Nevada. Some of them don't have any. Nevada doesn't have any. So then you can basically, that's what the numbers at the side of the state are. So then you could actually just contact whoever you want. So a lot of these are dead guys, and some of them are still alive. But hey, this is the time to go. This is the time to go. Wisconsin is 2. The informal refusal bills compels schools, child care centers, and nurseries to actively provide information on how to waive vaccine requirements whenever they send out immunization rules, that's wild to me. So there you go. Key states, key people, your veterinarians that we're reaching out to, registered nurses that we're reaching out to. There you go, guys. And that's what we're doing. That is what we are doing. What's going on in Missouri? Let's see. Missouri was the 2 bills that we did. And threat level is high for them. Both bills are technically dead in the 2025 sessions, but they were referred to the House Emerging Issues Committee, but failed to advance before the session ended in May. Pennsylvania? Yeah. Colorado. Let's see, guys. Colorado's not on here. What's up, Ducray? How's it going? Oh, nice, Badverse. Osterholm in Minnesota is amazing. Okay, he might be one of the people that we are trying to contact. I'm seeing Behrman, Wickland, Mann, and Klein. So Minnesota has 17. And its House, the Senate is controlled by Democrats, and the House is tied 67 to 67. So we absolutely have to make sure. Hey, MB. Hey, Bear. How's it going, guys? We just got back from panels all day. It was pretty fun. Went on a MAGA stream. That was pretty fun. That was pretty interesting. Guys, if you find your favorite MAGA influencer, let me know. Ping them. Send me their profile in good faith. Because if you want us to spread the gospel of science, it went really well. MB. I think it went well. The main host said that she had a really fun time and thought it was a good conversation and stuff. A bunch of the panelists were just falling over themselves to defend billionaires. MB, that's actually a really, I think, good point. It's so frustrating because I can't record anything myself being on mobile, so it makes it really hard. Exactly. Science Angelist. Hi, Heather. So yeah, exactly, Island, exactly. Spread science, not measles. Let's go. That's a good one. We should put that in the slogans chat. Slogans. Spread science, not disease. Yeah, I'm on my computer right now. Yeah, but if you are joining as a guest to someone else's stream, you have to be on the app. So it's very hard. Yeah, Veronica, it can be tough. I'm with you. Guys, if you're just coming in, we are talking about the new updated MAVA Action Center. Please help us make America vaccinated again. Check it out, action.drgregshow.com. If you've never been there, you should just check it out. You just check it out. See what it's like. Oh, okay, cool. So you guys can do that. Good. If you have never done there, go out right now, action.drgregshow.com. And it'll teach you. You just put in your tab, figure out where you live. You should know that already. Go scroll down to your state and then check it out and send some in-state emails. Every single bill is now up here, guys. Every single bill is up here. So we are 100% covered, and we need to cover every single one of them. Wisconsin is becoming a battleground for data centers now. Finally, locales are starting to push back. Interesting. All right, guys. Well, getting into the news of the day. I thought this was a pretty cool one. Global carbon rates. Turning point. Global greenhouse emissions will soon flatten or decline. A historic moment driven by China's surge in renewable energy. Pretty big. Are mycelium networks, mycorrhizal, connected to microbiology? Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. How those organisms communicate and everything? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. In July, a team of scientists assembled on a video call to study an anomalous wobble in the data curve. The blip didn't signal a new particle decay in an atom smasher or a passage of a planet across the face of a distant star. Instead, it was the surprising decline of a quantity that has grown relentlessly throughout the industrial age, the amount of planet-warming greenhouse gases dumped by humanity into the atmosphere each year. The researchers were members of Climate Trace, a collaboration of academics, environmental think tanks, and companies that tracks how much coal, oil, and natural gas that the world is burning, and where, using a mix of energy statistics, satellite observations, and artificial intelligence. As the group began to push out monthly estimates for January, February, March, it was unmistakable that levels were lower than that at the same time last year. What the heck could we conclude from that? Said Gavin McCormick, Climate Trace's co-founder, as the call started. Are emissions going to peak, or is this all random noise? For several years now, peak carbon, the point at which humanity starts to emit less carbon dioxide than the year before, has lingered just out of reach as overall emissions have crept by some 1% each year. Although Europe and the United States reached peak carbon years ago, society's collective load of the atmosphere has resisted any lasting downward trend, though it did drop briefly during the COVID-19 pandemic. China has buoyed the curve. It is responsible for roughly 90% of the global growth in greenhouse gases since the signing of the Paris Agreement in 2015, says Lori Milverta, analysis at the Center of Research on Energy and Clean Air. In that sense, when China peaks, it's likely the world will also at least plateau. China is close. Last year, it spent $625 billion on clean energy. Wow. That's almost as much that the Biden administration spent between the Inflation Reduction Act and the infrastructure bill. Wow. That's a lot of money. Remember when we had our own moonshots and we were trying to fix problems? I do. And this year, that number is expected to rise even higher. Solar panel has been growing exponentially in China since the start of the decade, creating vast silicon landscapes. Its growth was enough to cover all of China's new demand for electricity in the first half of this year, Malverta says. Chinese consumers are now buying more than half of the electric vehicles produced worldwide. Oh my gosh, with monthly sales for over more than 1 million. And the country is building the batteries and power lines that will let renewable continue to grow. What's happening in China is outstanding, says Rob Jackson, a climate scientist at Stanford University and the chair of the Global Carbon Project. Climate Trace's leading atmospheric competitor in tracking emissions. It's almost unfathomable. Dang. It's beautiful. When peak carbon will arrive, it will only mark the starting line of a race to limit the harshest impacts of global warming. Every bit of CO2 added to the atmosphere matters because it takes thousands of years for oceans and rocks to absorb any excess. Meanwhile, natural processes supercharged by warming, such as forest fires and thawing of permafrost, are adding to human emissions of CO2 and methane, a far more powerful greenhouse gas. To arrest warming, humanity will have to quickly drive the emissions curve down to zero. But still, better to be at the starting line than in the locker room, says Robbie Andrew, a climate scientist at Norway's Center for International Climate Reaction and the GCP member. It is don't stop going up. If it doesn't stop going up, we're shot. Yeah, man. That's so cool. The clean energy transition is no longer just for wealthy countries. The public transit system in Rwanda is now testing electric vehicles. Wow, electric buses, guys. So the United States is only behind like Rwanda now. Great. China's building next generation power transmission lines, including those spanning the Yangtze River, to ferry its bounty of solar and wind power around the country. Yeah, guys, that's what we were doing for the infrastructure bill. That's what we tried to do. You're awesome. Jennifer, 4 vaccines Friday. My daughter and I both received flu and COVID-19 vaccines. Jennifer, you're a great mom. You are a great mom. 11:44, ladies and gentlemen. I do mean that. I thank you for being a good parent. Thank you. All right, guys. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good job. Good job, Jennifer. Great parents get their kids vaccinated. It's that simple. It is that simple. Oh yeah. Yeah, the impact of data centers on our environment. Yeah, I mean, the problem bad Bears is that you have a lot of those projects now being canceled when they were 90%, 95% finished, and now all those billions of dollars are not only just wasted, right, in that infrastructure money, but now they don't have a cheap way to get renewable energy. So wow, guess what? That's what's happening. You know, that's unbelievable, man. My mom got her flu shot today. Heather, you're awesome. Congratulations, Heather's mom. Guys, let's get some V's in chat in 3, 2, 1. 11:45. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, Skylar. That's not true. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for all the support. Hi. Here we go, guys. This is what they were talking about. See this graph? So wow. So they're basically thinking, man, I remember in like 2012. Yeah, so this was 2013. I remember being we were doing an algae biofuels lab and we were talking about, is this peak oil? So right around Japan 2013 up there. People were like, is this peak oil? And then yeah, and then all the fracking stuff started. So then it started going straight up again. The United States started bringing in all this horizontal fracking. They had vertical fracking before. So vertical was be like the drill bit would just go deep, and then they would be able to frack into shale and that kind of stuff. And then they started a horizontal fracking. That was the big development in the late 90s that allowed them to go down and then to the side and go into other people's yards and steal their yards and their energy. So nice bad Bears. Yeah, the way energy and core are intertwined. Nice. Yeah, dude. Hank Green's a good science communicator. I always recommend him. It's a really long article, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but nice. Nice, Dr. Paskey. Let's go, dude. Guys, I love it. We're all getting vaccinated up. Vax parties all the entire stream so far. In 3, 2, 1, 11:46, ladies and gentlemen. 11:46. Let's go. Guys, remember, action.drgregshow.com. If you haven't done it already, check it out. Got everything all situated, all your tabs for all your states, all on the left here. Pick out what you want, go there, you can get your calls done, and all these things and all the information is all in the templates. So you can find your state, and then you could use your in-state template. You know what I mean? Here it is, in-state persuasion email. While I understand the desire for individual freedom, S1227 goes too far by stripping private business owners of their right to set safety standards for their own businesses and their employees and customers. If a hospital or nursing home wants to require vaccination to protect their elderly patients, that state should not intervene to stop them. That is government overreach. Furthermore, at 2548, the fluoride ban would remove a tool that has safely improved dental health for 70 years. Ending this program will only increase dental costs for families and the state. Oh, how amazing is that, guys? Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Oh, thank you, Dr. Pascal. Thank you for saying that, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you. Very cool. Thank you, guys. All right. So we got the science news. That is good. I mean, that's a good idea, guys. I mean, what we're learning is that like this type of economy of scale for renewable and sustainable energy production really can come from, the government is able to make things happen sooner and at scales that private business isn't able to do. And that's the whole idea, right? The idea is that maybe the technology isn't exactly where it needs to be in order to have a big enough base of support, so that that it's too costly, per unit to make, and then boom, the government can come in and just say, hey, here's all the cash you need in order to make it to that point, so that energy can be renewable and sustainable. Renewable, what is renewable and sustainable? Why do I keep saying that? Renewable means that the renewed energy, the sun or the wind, can keep coming, right? Can keep happening constantly. It's not a finite resource, right? Like gasoline or something, right? You need to reload gasoline into the generator in order to make more electricity, right? Sustainable means that it is a way that is creating an energy without polluting ourselves, right? So, like, for example, coal isn't going to be a sustainable energy solution for anyone. Why? Well, because it requires the destruction of the environment, and it puts a deadly pollutant that if we put too much and we used only coal, eventually humans would pollute ourselves to extinction, right? So that's the idea, guys. That is the idea. Sustainability, renewability. Oh, I got a oh, cool. I got a treasure box. I can do. That's cool. I don't know what that is. Like nuclear energy. Yeah, I mean, nuclear energy is awesome for specific use cases, man. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have to use all available technology that we have. It's that it is in. Nuclear is really good for bridging a lot of those spots where you're going to have inconsistent energy production, and so you kind of have small breeder nuclear reactors in order to kind of, like, as around to help And who helped educate me on that was we had a nuclear physicist come on, and we went in and deep dove breeder reactors for about 2 hours. And that was amazing. It was a really cool opportunity. I was actually, I think there was like it was like my first month I was doing live, so I was like really shocked, and it was really fun. Okay, so treasure boxes are your votes. Everyone grab some votes and cast them on me. Thank you. All right, cool. Okay, cool. The timer is up in a minute, guys. I've never seen this button before. This is a very exciting time. I have no idea what's happening. Very cool. Yeah, it hasn't popped yet. I'm at 45 seconds yet. Okay, guys. All right. 30 seconds. All right, guys. Second article here. NIH shakeup to grant decision making draws concern of political meddling. What? What? Ideologically gatekeeping funds for science in this administration? I thought they were all about transparency and openness and oh my gosh. Um that's wow. It's up, guys. Cool. TikTok Fest, Live Fest. Should I click it now, Envy, or should I wait? Yeah, Squeebs, sure. Yeah, I think that you should have. Okay, guys, I'm opening it. Cool. Nice. Oh, nice. Look at you guys. MB, Meg, Helen, Shauna, Kathleen, Heather, Jody, Pink. Thank you guys. Cool. Hey, what's up, MT? How's it going, man? Brother in arms. Let's see, guys. Cool. Cool. Nice. Nice, MB. Yeah, it worked. All right. Yeah, it's transparently corrupt. Like, what do you mean? Like, as long as you just have hundreds of millions of dollars in order to buy Trump coins, like you can get access immediately. Yeah, yeah, it's transparently, transparently not transparent. Okay, the policy drops pay lines based on peer review scores and requires geography and other factors to guide approvals. What? I have not even heard about this. They banned masks. I did hear something about that, NBA, but I didn't see the actual legislation. Let's check that out. North Carolina mask ban. Let's see. This was something in June 2024. I don't know. Is that right? Okay. All right. Let's read about this. In a potentially dramatic change to how it chooses what science to fund, the NIH is ending a long running practice at many of its institutes of establishing and making public a threshold peer review score needed for grant applications approval. Instead of making NIH investigator grants decisions being determined by such cutoffs known as pay lines, all 27 institutes and centers and must now consider factors such as an institute's priorities, the applicant's career stage and existing funding, and even their geographic location. The policy is drawing concern from some researchers, even though about half of NIH institutes, mostly smaller ones, already don't use the pay lines. These critics fear the new policy will further make agency grant decisions subject to political considerations, including the whims of appointees of Trump's administration, rather than the peer review of scientific subject matter experts. Interesting. My colleagues are asking, Who would agree to volunteer their time on an NIH study section if their ranking of grants will not be what determines awarding? Carol Greider, a Nobel Prize winner and molecular biologist, hey, that's us, at the University of California, Santa Cruz, tells Science Insider. The main issue really is who is making the decisions after peer review and how will there be transparency in that process? That's a really good point. I mean, right now it's basically you kind of um, you go and you're begging for money, right? You beg for money from these pools of them, and you basically go as a professor, and you get taken, and they usually like pay for pay for your hotel, pay for the trip, and then you go there, and you're all kind of like assigned a grant that you present. And you kind of like go and say, hey, this is what they're doing, this is what they're up to, and then you kind of all come together and then you rank them. And then that ranking is what determines who's going to get funding. So the idea that like not the peers that are in that fields are actually going to do what? How are they going to take any consideration? What are they going to do? Other scientists, however, were nonplussed. This is not new at all, wrote a U.S. academic scientist known as the pseudonym Drug Monkey on their blog. I, for one, endorse the general idea that grant selection should absolutely not be a direct reflection on the percentiles arising from the scores from peer reviewers. But whether the current policy implementation is an improvement will depend on, the research adds, quote, the expertise of those making the decisions. But then who are the expertise making the decisions, and why? That's the problem with what's happening right now, is that nobody's an expert. NIH announced the shift on November 21st, saying that the policy offers a, quote, a unified strategy that will help guide clear and consistent funding decisions across all institutes, centers, and offices. In addition to the peer review scores, the decisions should consider health priorities, scientific opportunities, the workforce available for funds, and the wider research portfolio. The new process takes effect January 2026 when NIH councils, which do a second layer of the peer review process after the grants are scored by outside scientists in topic-specific study sections, and then make final funding recommendations, will consider the first of 3 annual rounds of grant applications. Interesting. That's a tough one, man. At the same time, most of Jeremy Berg, a former editor-in-chief of Science and former director of the National Institute of General Medicine's Medical Services, which has long not published pay lines in general, agrees with the revised policy. However, my comfort level with this changes if institute directors are not selected carefully without overt political considerations. Yeah, I mean, it's like, in theory, it makes sense in that it's not that bad, but then oh my gosh, wow, they didn't heed any call and they are just making willy-nilly decisions. Berg points out the recent appointment of a close friend of Vice President J.D. Vance as director of NIH National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences. Wow, crazy. In a process to fill out a dozen open director positions that apparently won't include search committees with outside scientists. Some U.S. researchers are also concerned that the NIH's grant advisory councils will be stacked with scientists based on their political views. Like, of course it will be. Like, of course they will be, dude. So who exactly will be the peers? Said the peer reviews. Exactly. Hey, Rapture. Yeah, a very insane, dude. What's happening is that they are creating these artificially high barriers that nobody can ever achieve, right? That's the whole goal, is that it's like, one thing after another, they make it harder and harder in order to do the science that you want so that nobody eventually does the science. That is the whole point. That is the danger. That is what we are trying to stop, Very, very exhausting. All right, guys. All right, guys. Well, let's see. We got more science news. What do you guys want to do? Let's see. All right. All right, guys. Well, let's see. Let's see. I think that there was, I could have sworn that there was something that I was trying to look at here. Let's check this out. Remember that RFK Jr. said that the National Academy is a science war? I mean, they're definitely coming after it, man. They are definitely coming after it. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let's go with, yeah. We can go with this. We go with this. Our old job. Just kidding. All right. We go with science, climate towns. Joe Rogan doesn't understand graphs. So true, wasn't it? Isn't it? Let's discuss what they're talking about.
I watched an entire episode of the Joe Rogan Experience for a video I made, and now my YouTube algorithm is convinced I'd like another 1,000 Rogan clips, please. Oh, and can they have that shitty TikTok backing track?
Christ was born of a virgin mother. What else is born without a mother? Wow. AI is born without a mother.
Oh no. Are you serious? Oh, that's so funny. He's making the, hey Marissa. He's making the AI. That's wild. So he thinks that AI and Jesus. You know what's funny is that, guys, there are virgin lizards that are made. They basically, what is it? Spermatogenesis. Yeah, and they basically clonally propagate. And that's what happens. So there's virgin births all the way up to sharks. Sharks were the highest level that we have observed in science before, but it actually was wild, but it has happened. Yeah, I did see it, Squeebs. Thank you. Yeah, it's spermatogenesis. No, oh my gosh, that's not it. That's the haploid spermatozoa developing germ cells from the sun. What is it called? I can't think about it right now. I'll think about it and post it in chat. It's pretty cool. I'll think about it. Sorry.
I mostly ignored them, but when Joe Rogan's episode with Mel Gibson came across my feed, I just knew I had to see what Mel had been up to lately. And folks, it did not disappoint.
I look at all sorts of stuff like that, like, the icebergs melting and the water overflowing.
It's not.
Ever have a glass full of ice and watched it melt? Did you ever see the glass flow over?
No.
Takes
Genius. God. Why didn't science think of that? Oh my gosh, what a genius. That was so smart. I can't, wow. Sure nobody's thought of it. It's like a straw man argument that, like, I don't even think my third grader would come up with that. I think it would have to be like a kindergartner. Like, that's just wild. guys, I mean, because guys, there's ice outside of the cup. There's ice outside of the cup, and it's melting into the cup, and then that makes the cup overflow. Parthenogenesis. That's it, Miss Cake. Thank you, spermatogenesis. Parthenogenesis. Thank you, Miss Cake. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you. I don't know why I get spermatogenesis mixed up with it. Parthenogenesis. Thank you, guys. This is like the coolest thing. It is very cool. Thank you, guys. How cool, man. How cool is that? Parthenogenesis. It exists, guys. It exists. It's cool. Anyway, very cool. All right, here we go.
Less room, you know.
Yeah.
Now, I
Dang.
was bummed to see Mel Gibson dusting off a tired old climate denial talking point in front of an agreeing Joe Rogan. But, like, who cares, right? No one is going to Mel Gibson for their climate information.
Until-
This is not something that I need to get worked up about. Except right after Mel got done with the whole Ice Cube thing, Joe jumps in with something far more interesting.
Did you see the Washington Post article that they
Oh, no.
published recently about temperature change on Earth?
No.
Well, there's a like what they've realized is over the last, X amount of thousands of years that the temperature on Earth is plummeting.
Yeah, Joe
What? What is he possibly thinking about? What is he thinking about? How in the world? Hey, what's up, Corey? Good, man.
is referencing a recent article from the Washington Post all about how climate scientists think the Earth is actually in a cooling period. He then pulls up the graph, and in front of 11 million YouTube
Oh my
viewers
God.
and millions of other podcast listeners, he describes what the article says about the Earth's temperature trend.
Scientists have captured Earth's climate over the last 485 million years. Here's a surprising place we stand now. Look at the dip at the end. Whoa, that's where we are.
Yeah.
That's reality.
And here's the thing. Joe Rogan gets almost everything about this study wrong. Yeah, it's almost impressive how incorrect he's able to be about an article that he's looking directly at. It's also an incredible example of how climate misinformation sneaks into extremely popular media and then gets absorbed by the brains of millions of Americans. Hi, I'm Raleigh Williams, a guy with a climate science and policy degree
no.
and a YouTube algorithm that will never be the same again.
I mean, it is true in the climate skeptics and stuff are true in the fact that like the climate has always changed, right, guys? It always has changed, and it is changing. But the problem is that humans kind of need it to not be a globe covered in ice. Imagine that. Imagine that. Like we kind of do need to kind of keep it in a small state of homeostasis right now so that we can kind of like live in the atmosphere in which we evolved to live on. You know what I mean? So it's very important that we take care of the earth and don't send it plummeting into a ice ball or a nightmare hellscape. Yeah, exactly, aeronautical. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Like it would be even more cooling if it wasn't for us. Yeah.
And this is a video about climate misinformation on Joe Rogan. Welcome to Climate Town.
New graph. Oh, there it is. That's great. That was a cool animation. Climate Town.
So I honestly hadn't
That was a
thought
cool
of Mel
animation,
Gibson
man.
in a while. So if you need a reminder, the Gibson Greatest Hits album goes like this. In the 80s and 90s, he was a pretty awesome movie star.
Give me back my son! You want him? Yes!
But in 2006, he got arrested for drunk driving and said some anti-Semitic shit to the
Very
cop that
crazy
arrested
stuff,
him.
dude.
Then in 2010, some audio recordings of Gibson saying some racist shit surfaced. He got dropped by his management, and then he was in timeout for 6 years, where he got sober, said he was sorry, and then directed Hacksaw Ridge in 2016.
What?
And now he's back. Anyway, Mel Gibson had just directed the movie Flight Risk with Mark Wahlberg, and he went on Joe Rogan's podcast to promote it and generally just talk about whatever comes up. And after about an hour and 15 minutes, we get this.
You know, the icebergs melting.
If the ice cap killed the dinosaurs, how come mankind survived? Yeah, exactly, Hazel. I mean, it is wild. I mean, people don't realize, like, because they don't think that evolution's real, but like, mammals were like the size of like rodents during the dinosaurs, right? I mean, so it's like the whole point is to, like, the evolution happened after that, you know. Yeah, we were about the size of rodents. Yeah, that's the size of mammals. So if it wasn't for the dinosaurs going extinct, yeah, we would have, you know, basically never evolved from that area, and that's that ability. Yeah.
And the water overflowing.
It's not.
Ever have a glass full of ice and watched it melt? Did you ever see the glass flow over?
No.
And I'm not going to waste your time re-debunking this climate myth. A ton of people have already done that.
Here's a glass of ice water. Hey.
Oh, dude, that's like Jon Stewart like 10 years ago, dude. That's like that's a different Jon Stewart, man.
That ice isn't making the water overflow because it's already in the water. But imagine there's a whole bunch of other ice that's not in the water. It's on the land.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the part where the water isn't. And then when temperatures rise and the land ice melts enough to fall in, oh, it's everywhere! It's everywhere! Do you understand?
I mean, that's a great thing. I mean, it's 11 years ago. We didn't have to worry about anything. I mean, people understand that now. That moment went viral, so it's over, guys. We don't have to worry about it. Never
But
mind.
the Mel Gibson Ice Cube gotcha bullshit just got Joe Rogan all fired up, and he gives it to the climate crisis with both barrels.
The hot greenhouse, whatever.
Well, there's a lot of horse
Greenhouse, blue house. Now it's a rainbow house. I mean, it's everywhere. Oh, it's not even a greenhouse effect. It's a rainbow crosswalk. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. They're just everywhere with it. Like, what is this, like, crazy xenophobia / like, can't even. I hate it. I hate it so much, man. Give me a break.
involved in climate change for sure. I've studied that, and I've had many discussions over the last
studied it, guys. He's all studied it.
Last 4 years. Did you see the Washington Post article that they published recently about temperature change on Earth?
No.
What they've realized is over the last, X amount of thousands of years that the temperature on Earth is plummeting.
There
it is.
They just figured this out. They famously, okay, think about this, guys. Okay, let's think. Just think about this. He trusts the graphs, right, and the science that created the graph. But those same people, what is their conclusion? That climate change is real or not? That humans are having an impact on it or not? What do you think? I'm going to say that the scientists that made the graph would agree the fact that climate change is real, that humans are having a negative impact. I don't even like to say anymore climate change, global warming. I don't like to say any of that. If you actually hear me talking about this, I will say humans are having a detrimental impact on the environment. Okay? That is a way better, clearer way of saying this, because everyone, if you can hear my voice right now, close your eyes with me. Okay? And now open it up. And as soon as you opened your eyes, you saw something that was manufactured from minerals that were mined from the earth, that had to be put together and assembled in a specific way, and then actually assembled and then shipped and all across the world. Like, that took a ton of resources. That took a lot of energy. And we as humans are transforming the earth, okay? We are transforming it. We are having a big impact on the climate, just like a family of beavers would make a difference in our environment, okay? We have an impact. Humans are having a negative impact, guys. We can see it everywhere. Okay, cool. Hi YouTube chat. What's up, dude? Yeah. What's up, guys? How's it going? Thanks for being in there. Appreciate
Scientists
you.
have captured Earth's climate over the last 485 million years. Here's a surprising place we stand now. Look at the dip at the end. Whoa. That's where we are. Yeah, that's reality. It's never a straight line. Way before human beings had ever existed. There's always this rise and fall.
I mean, yeah, there's these rise and falls of over hundreds of millions of years. I mean, what is the one that what is the Washington Post
this idea
study?
that the whole thing is based on carbon emissions from human beings is total bullshit. It's not true. We might be having an effect, but we're having a small effect, a very small effect.
And the more I dug into what I thought was just a little podcast moment, the more interesting it became. Just to get us on the same page, let's quickly establish 3 things that modern climate science agrees on. Number 1, there is a...
No, Corey, thank you for asking though. I am a doctor of science, and I actually have an ecology undergrad, so I have actually totally well versed on this, and I've dedicated my life in order to mitigating the harms that humans have on the environment. So this is completely my wheelhouse. Thank you for asking though. I appreciate you.
Set of greenhouse gases that affect the temperature of the Earth based on their concentration. One of the big ones is CO2. And if there's more CO2 in the atmosphere, the average temperature of Earth will be higher. They're like blankets on a bed. A few is fine, but too many and you're gonna cook yourself. We used to argue about the effect of CO2 a lot, but as we've studied our climate more and also seen what happens as we jack our current CO2 concentration up, there's not a lot of debate on this.
And it's not even just CO2, guys. It's not even just CO2. We're talking about the pollution that we have, the extinction that we're in right now, guys. It's like we're not just doing CO2 in the atmosphere. We are extincting entire biomes. We are extincting wetlands because humans want to live there. We are extincting animals, all insane amounts. The extinction rate right now is very, very, very high. Not sustainable.
Number 2, the current level.
Does science work on consensus or evidence? I mean, science consensus is a bedrock of evidence. So it comes together, and a consensus is actually, scientific consensus is from multiple fields of study. So it's like biology, chemistry, physics, all coming together in order to all come to the same conclusion. And in this case, it absolutely is the idea of humans are having a negative impact on the environment. Yeah, Russell, we are extincting entire biomes like wet labs and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, cool, guys. What was the thing? Ooh, there we go. Yes. Is climate change real? No doubt. Like it, guys. I love these polls. This is cool. Thank you, guys. Consensus isn't proof. It is a way that we understand the mechanisms of how it's happening. And it's not just a correlation, but it's actually a causation event, right? That humans are, and human actions specifically, are having a negative impact on the environment. I have a microbiology PhD, and I've done molecular biology and genetics for about 16 years. So, yeah. Microplastics everywhere from our own bodies to the food we grow. True. Yeah, Hazel, they are. I agree with you. That is I would consider that like a form of pollution for sure. Okay, cool. Thank you, MB. Consensus is a belief based on the knowledge we have now. I would say I would broaden that to be like not just knowledge, but like a broad set of knowledge. But yeah, I think that's true.
Of CO2 is going up. Here's
Wow.
the graph. Here's
Crazy.
the trend. It's going up.
Dude, you guys know why it's actually it goes up and down like that based off of the edges and how like the global algae kind of like all come together, and it's it's absolutely incredible. It's like when the northern and the southern hemispheres like all kind of align, and they it's summer on one side versus winter on the other. We basically have higher and lower CO2 levels based off of that, the global algae, the algae, the cyanobacteria, and the dinoflagellates all kind of like working in together and to do their algae blooms. It's really cool. It is very cool.
And because of number one, that'll
Wow.
lead to higher global average temperatures.
Yes.
And again, we don't have to guess, it's already happening.
Yeah, for
and
sure it's
number
happening.
three, and this is the big one, if the Earth's temperature changes very fast, it could be devastating for anything that's adapted to living on Earth at that particular moment in time.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of saying, that where you have to have, guys, like a stasis, a homeostasis. We can't have it be ice ball Earth, right? The humans living on Earth don't want ice age Earth, right? So, absolutely. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Jimmy. There you go. So yeah, I mean, this is all, I mean, it's pretty, there's so many different ways that we know about this stuff too. The carbon dioxide levels changing. We know this about like it's not just the carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere, guys. It's about the carbon dioxide that's dissolved into the oceans. CO2 plus H2O goes immediately into carbonic acid, and that acid then goes down and actually changes with the calcium carbonate that is used in order to make corals. So that's why you see a lot of these coral formations threatened when you have an acidic ocean. So it's very bad. Yeah, USA, welcome in, dude. Charlatan, yeah, I'm sure, guys. No, you don't know physics. Interesting. Thank you, Corey. You can stream rage all you want, but it's absolutely science. Sorry about it. Hey, MT. Yeah, it is USA. It is, dude. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right, guys. We got someone. I don't know what it is, but I love it. You guys, YouTube chat's popping off right now. This is amazing. I love it. Thanks for being in there, guys. Incredible.
Especially for humans who want to continue living in houses like
Wow.
this and having hobbies like this.
Wow.
We built most of our major cities near the current water supply.
Imagine.
We plant our crops where they grow, and we've generally settled into expectations of some consistency in the earth around us.
I pre-watched the future. That's what I do. I'm out here just doing time travel. That is what I do. Scientific consensus did not declare the Earth was flat. Absolutely not. That is not true at all. The Earth was never the center of the universe according to the scientific consensus, and the smoking was never healthy. No, what you're talking about is the 1 in 100, crackpots that also it said that ivermectin was healthy to use, and that also told you things that the lab leak was true. So you are listening to that 1 in 100 scientist as opposed to actually listening to the scientific consensus and then looking at that 1 in 100 and saying, see, there's no consensus here. When in reality, that is what science is, dude. That is absolutely what it is.
So yes, people are worried about climate change.
And then there's also this.
Scientific consensus has always followed the funding. No. Yeah, again, dude, it's just, it's a misunderstanding of what science is. So, yeah, it's not true.
Fear that they love to pump into people about climate change, that they terrify the shit out of young people, that we're going to destroy the world and climate change, you must act now. What's the new thing? Is it climate change? Why am I yelling? Climate change? Okay, climate change. When global warming happens, Oh no, you got to move out of Malibu. You gonna be okay?
But the thing people are worried
What's wrong? I mean, huh? What? Yeah, LaGuardia, that's not nice. I know, aeronautical, right? The flat Earth con. I was, you know, what's funny? As I was in a flat Earth TikTok the other day. I know. I'm a masochist, and they were debating whether or not the flat Earth had a flat bottom, or if it was the flat Earth had a rounded bottom. They were just going at each other. They were, you idiot! How would you possibly think that it would be a flat bottom? Are you out of your mind? And then the other one's like, are you serious? Of course, it's it's a rounded Earth. What are you out of your mind? It was so funny. I was just like, what is this, dude? Oh, thank you guys. Thank you for the gifts. So funny, dude. They were just going in on each other, and it's just like all of these pictures and stuff that they had drawn up, and you're like, what is this artist rendering of like what in the world? So it was very funny, dude. It is
about
insane.
is the change part of climate change.
I think you misunderstand science. Okay. You know, the Earth was believed to be flat. Yes, and then the scientific consensus changed because of the evidence that was presented into it. There was no scientific consensus because there was no academia before like it happened. You know what I mean? Like you're talking about the scientific revolution and stuff like that. And I think that it was even before that people knew that the Earth wasn't flat. They like even before the 1600s. I mean, we're talking like 1,000 years ago that they were using it to know that stuff. So it's even before that, dude. Like all the evidence all pointed to that. It was only a very small amount of people. Yeah, exactly, Divine. Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Greek scholars had emerged and they said that the globe. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Divine. I totally agree.
The scale, it's
how do you know that your scientific consensus won't change on this? There might be on little things, right? There might be on little things, but not big grand ideas like this, man. There's no way. Like the humans are having a negative impact on the world. I mean, that is what we see and observe. So the idea that you know, that I'm sorry, it's a fact at this point that it is not a hypothesis. There's not needed as hypothetical. We are unsustainably cruising towards a place where we have not been with the state of the world, and it is not good.
Fast the change happens. 10 degrees over 40 million years.
I don't have faith. I have science, dude. That is what it is. It's about science.
Who gives a shit? I don't know what kind of people are going to be around in the year 40 million 2025, but they'll have a nice long time to evolve and figure that shit out.
Yeah.
10 degrees over 40
Easy.
years. Buddy, we're so fucked I can't even bleep that word out. So when we look at this graph, people who talk about the climate crisis only really care about this part.
Look at that.
Way over.
Look at this. Yeah, exactly, guys. Look at this graph.
People who talk
485 million years ago. Scientists have captured Earth's climate over the last... Dude, that's crazy. Look at that. 485 million years ago is that bottom axis, guys. Oh my gosh. That is astounding. And they're not worried because they see this little blip right there at the end. How long do they think that humans have evolved? You know what I mean? Like we're not even at 1 million years. We're not even at a single one here. You know what I mean? Like that we're not even at a single million. We're not even at like the half of the tick of 1 million because we're not even at 1 million yet. Thank you, Rapture, for the gifts. It's so wild to me that people just are so abstinent on this thing. Yeah, 300. Yeah, I mean, I heard aeronautical, like the new estimates were like 200, 250, but honestly, 300 I would be okay with because archaeological and genetic evidence are just always the genetics is always clowning on the archaeological evidence and just being like, yeah, there's no way, guys, it had to have been this. And then the archaeologists are like, actually, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was different. So I think the genetic changes are push us in the 250, 300, but then the archaeological is conflicting sometimes. Very funny. Thank you, guys. Thank you. But I mean, I'm a biologist, so I like the genetic evidence myself. That's just me.
Talk about the climate crisis, only really care about this part way over here, and not having this part look like this part.
Yes.
This part is actually very informative. When temperatures rose 10 degrees Celsius in 50,000 years, there was a mass extinction that killed almost everything that was adapted to living on Earth at that time.
That's bad, guys. That's bad. So spreading disease is bad. Spreading mass extinction is bad. I know. We need to get our words right here. We need to get our words and our definitions right. Can we all agree that mass extinction is bad? Because we don't agree that disease is bad. I guess is mass extinction. I was gonna say it's like a mass extinction by eating too many Cheetos. Is that what's causing it? I don't think so, guys. I don't think so. Why do you believe that is correct? They believe that they've captured Earth's climate over 485 million years. Yeah, dude. That's what happens. That's what happens, dude. That's Russell. That is what happens for the. So you don't agree with science that there was the CO2 over 485 million years? You don't agree with that, Russell? Hey, Alex, how's it going, man? Thank you. Thanks, Alex. Thank you. I'm a big fan of you too. Thanks for coming to YouTube.
Seems like something to avoid.
Yes.
And if we were to plot the rate of climate change that murdered 90%
Yes.
of all species on Earth, it would look like this. And if you've ever seen a Climate Town video before, you probably guessed it, the rate of climate change we're currently experiencing is approximately here.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh man. No. It's so no. That is so no, guys. 1850 to 2024. Thank you, guys. Hey, Susie, how's it going? That's a sleepless night. Yes, exactly, aeronautical. I mean, this is astronomically bad. It's unbelievable. Okay, Dr. Greg, I believe that carbon impacts the environment and that the humans have impacted the climate. Okay, Russell. Okay, awesome. I don't understand what you're arguing then. Can you elucidate that for me, please? Oh my God, guys. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's like 50 times worse
Amy, how's it going? We're watching the climate town video. Joe Rogan doesn't understand graphs. I don't understand. He gets everything else so well. I don't understand. Poor Joe Rogan, man. He lost his marbles for sure, guys.
one of the worst mass extinction events that has ever happened to the planet. And 50 times is probably underestimating our current rate of change. But at this moment, you might be asking yourself, why should you trust me?
Mason.
I mean, Joe Rogan's source is the Washington Post.
Okay, Russell. Okay, so you're just asking a philosophical question. Then why do I agree with science and why do I understand it? No, it's all right, dude. I get you. I get you. I mean, like, scientific consensus is hello, hey man, welcome. Scientific consensus is hard to make. That's the thing, guys. Like, scientific consensus is really among like different fields. So like we're talking physics, biology, chemistry. So like, for example, the physics of like how things move and how the light interacting coming in through the atmosphere will cause a greenhouse effect, and then the chemistry of like, you know, the CO2 absorbing into the ocean, and then the carbonic acid coming out, and then the chemical reaction that pushes out the calcium carbonate and makes the coral unable to grow anymore, and then you have the biological impact of the coral reef and the biodiversity loss of having those gone. So like all of these are all coming together, and these different fields are all coming together. And what are they finding? That humans are all at the center of every single one of these processes, and it is the human action that makes the bad thing happen. So therefore we know that humans are having a negative impact on the environment. See how that happened? That's how scientific consensus comes together. Aeronautical, it's so clear. It really is, man. I mean, at this point, like literally my ecology college classes were like, okay, humans are having a negative impact on the environment. Let's measure the rate of change, right? We are using humans now to study how things can change so quickly. Exactly, Aaron, and exactly right, Aeronautical. It's really the Industrial Revolution that kind of like modern humans kind of started, and now here we are. Do you think that Mars used to have an atmosphere like Earth, and then whoever lived there destroyed it? Sadie, I don't think that we have any evidence of that. I mean that, and there would be an atmosphere left over. I think that's a good question for Jorge physics and stuff like that, but I would assume that there would be some type of like CO2 or some type of remnant on there, and because the atmosphere can be CO2, right? That's what Venus is. So Venus is like a bunch of the CO2 molecules still there. Okay, Alex, weird, dude. I don't understand. No doubt, human acting and it's impacting the environment. My concern is the consensus of the impact and outcome. I believe how the impacts and outcomes are overblown. Okay. I mean, we should. I mean, honestly, I've never gone through an IPCC report. We should probably do that at some point. You know, maybe that's a good idea for tomorrow, man. We can actually read the real IPCC report, and so we can go through that. Because it's not just, again, it's not just like one group, one set of researchers. You know, I mean, they're all, you know, basically the IPCC reports have been wrong the entire time, but like wrong in the worst direction. Like we have been conservative, and they were like way worse than expected. And everyone says, "Oh my gosh, you can't even model CO2," and it's like, well, yeah, because it was so bad that's what happened, you know. So it's very dangerous with what's happening. Yeah, America First, you could just request, dude. No, you didn't. Here, I'll send you an invite, dude. I don't see you. Okay, I sent you an invite. Hey, what's up, dude? How's it going?
Wait a minute. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I mean, do you have the
Wait a
the
minute.
Bluetooth
Yeah, can you
headset?
hear
I
me right
can't.
now?
What was that?
Can you hear me?
You're like far away. Could you disconnect your Bluetooth, maybe?
Hold on 1 second. Can you hear me?
A little bit better. Yeah, if you could just walk closely to the mic, but
Yeah, I just got a question.
just
But
real
so,
quick,
so are you
how old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay, sick. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I just had a question. So you're atheist or agnostic?
Yeah, I'm an atheist.
Yeah, the question I want to ask, do you think atheists got morals?
Yeah, for sure. You just be nice to one another. Just be nice to one another and take care of one another.
So it's like a preference.
What do you mean? What's a preference?
you say be good to another. So if example, I mean I don't know what is good to you, but if example, because me I know what is good. Do you know what is good?
I mean, what is good for the most amount of people, and what's good for like myself, right? Like, I wouldn't go around like punching people if I didn't want to be punched. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's simple. By example, abortion. You think abortion is good or bad?
That's healthcare, so I think that is necessary. Yeah.
That's the point. That's the thing. So we have different good. I think abortion is a bad thing
Okay.
because I'm a Christian. So
Okay.
so we got different morals. So we got different good.
Yeah. But the thing is that people like they need help, and we have the technology in order to help them. And if we didn't have that technology, they died before. So that's why it's really important for us to like look out after one another and make sure that people can live a long time in order to have another baby. You know.
Okay.
Hmm.
So you think you say like people need to have abortion to like be healthy? That's what you're trying to say? Like have
Sometimes,
like be
yeah,
healthy?
absolutely, yeah.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, that makes sense. That's something I'm for exception. I mean, like, so you know what's exception? Like, rape, incest, I think,
Uh-huh.
and the other thing that I'm for that. I think
Okay.
that's like okay, but
Okay.
I don't think like have abortion for like only abortion just like that, just for like just have abortion for no reason. I think that's a bad thing.
Do you think that people are having abortions just for no reason?
Yeah, a lot of
Why?
people like a lot of people have abortion for no reason
Like,
sometimes.
why?
Just like they have
Who do you know that's just having an abortions for no reason?
I know some. I mean, I know like that's my personal like story. But I know some people got abortions like for no reason, just because they have sex for like for just
Uh-huh.
like one night stand, and they get pregnant and they don't want to have the children.
Well, that seems like a reason, though. That's not no
I
reason.
mean
That means that that is a reason.
I mean that's not a good reason. That's the point. The reason is to like you cannot just. It's not a good reason to say I don't want to have a children just because like I understand if you get
Hmm.
raped, the exception. I understand the exception, but just to not have the children just because you don't want it, I think is a joke. I
So
think
you
is
think that there should be children born into loveless relationships with no love in them, with a single parent that has no means in order to have that baby?
now you can give to abortion.
What?
You can give the children to the abortion. Like you can have the
Yeah,
children and
you
give them to
can.
abortion.
Exactly.
But not abortion, is
Adoption? Are you talking about adoption?
adoption.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
but I
can
mean,
give to adoption.
already. But the problem is that I mean, are you? How much have you actually donated to like adoption centers?
I know my church. I mean, I give to because I go to church. So
Uh huh.
we give to the church. So they give to adoption
How
adoption
much? How much?
yeah.
Which one?
I mean, every year I get every Sunday I give like $100 to the church every time. So
Wow,
you
that's a
have to
lot.
give. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm working.
Yeah, that's a lot, dude. I mean, how much do you think that they're giving to the adoption center?
I don't know specifically, but I know they help for adoption for
I don't
sure.
think so, dude. I would
The
love to know
church one,
what adoption agency that they're spending money
not
to, giving money to.
I'm Catholic. I know for sure Catholic they help adoption.
Okay. Oh,
Catholic church
just one
they do
second.
help.
Thank you, Russell. I see you, brother. Thank you. It's okay. Um, okay, one second. I believe that we should aim at reducing the impact of our environment and 100% behind cleaning up our atmosphere and not polluting our air and land. Okay, nice, Russell. I agree with you mostly. You're not, no, dude, it's okay. Asking questions is always okay, bro. Don't worry. All good. Um, um, America first. I don't,
Yes.
are you, okay. I'm very confused. I would have with that name. I would have like thought you were just like some guy that was super anti.
Atheist?
No. Anyway. Okay. I'm a little okay. All right. Um. Where do you think that we should create more services and spend more money for people that are pregnant?
For people who are pregnant,
Healthcare.
yes,
Do you want to
for
spend more
sure.
money on healthcare?
Healthcare, like healthcare for all, yes. I live in Canada, so the healthcare for all, I don't think is good thing. I think it's good, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like healthcare, like the process is longer. The waiting time is longer. If, example, you can pay, because I was in America, in Florida before. If you can pay, I think it's easier than like in Canada, because I live in Canada, and the healthcare is free for everybody, but it's harder.
I don't understand why you are named America First if but you're Canadian.
No, because I live in Montreal, and I live in in Florida.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Oh, okay. Cool. Nice, man. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Yep.
Nice.
But so I want to talk about I wanted to talk about abortion and then because I'm Christian. Like
Okay.
abortion, because a lot of atheists, they like pretty much like free choice. I think pro-choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I feel like I'm actually pro-life in that your position is just forced birth. That you want to like force people in order to have births that they don't want. And I think that's so dangerous. I mean, that's really sad, man. You're basically tying that person to a baby that they don't even want to have and that they aren't ready to have, and they're not going to be a good parent to that kid. I mean, are you a parent?
No, I'm not a parent. I'm 24 now.
Okay.
I'm
All right,
still in
brother.
college,
Okay.
so.
Let me please. I'm 39.
But so do you think life starts in a consumption? Like you think that?
No, it starts at birth. So I am 39 and I have 4 kids. Okay. I started having babies at 30. And I'm telling you right now, there is no way that I would have been able to go to school, get a PhD, in order to, work the years that I worked. I wouldn't have I wouldn't have been able to have 4 kids if at your age, because I had, every single time we did the thing, if we had a baby because of that and we had an accident, then, I can tell you right now, if I had a kid at your age, I would barely be able to just have that one. And that would have impacted all my future life, like my ability to get a PhD in order to be educated, in order to give back to the community by becoming a scientist. And it would have hindered my ability to have more kids, right? Because I wouldn't have been able to have that education in order to get the job, in order to pay for the life that we have now. So it's like you could be
So how they were doing it
pro-family.
back then they were doing that back then.
What?
Back then they were actually doing like back then people were having kids younger. So you tell me like now we have to have baby that are in 30s. I think is not a good idea. I think back in the day, I think in the 60s people have children in the 20s.
Well, that's not a good idea either. I mean, that's what I'm
You
saying.
think it's not a good idea? I mean, with the
No.
birth rate, you think it's not a good idea?
Like I said, no, like because then I wouldn't have been able to go and like like for exactly what I was just saying. I wouldn't have been able to go to school. I wouldn't be able to have like my 4 kids. I would be able to basically have 1 kid. Like, why would that be better?
Okay, I want to go back on the thing. You say like life is not starting in the conception, but that go against the science. Like the study.
No, there's no science
see a lot
that
of
says
stuff.
that life begins at conception. That doesn't make any sense. That's again,
I
you
see
guys lie to
I see a
yourselves
lot
and
of
you
study.
guys lie to one another and say that the science says that science begins
Oh, lie to
like
another.
life begins at conception. It doesn't.
So you tell me they have no study on that?
Yeah, there's none.
None. You
None.
sure?
None. Zero.
You can go check. I see some studies
Okay.
say conception.
There is
But,
no scientific study to say that life begins at conception.
So if example you go check it and it's actually is true, are you gonna change your mind or not?
There is none. I mean, there's zero. I mean, how could you have a study that says that?
If example, is actually you go check after that you go research and you see it started at conception, are you gonna
What
change your mind
research?
or not?
What would possibly be the research that says that?
Because I saw I can show you right now because I don't want to show my screen, but I saw some study that they say it started at conception.
No,
Like
no,
study
dude. That was like that's like some conspiracy, like
Conspiracy.
anti-science stuff.
Alright. No,
Because
because I'm not against people who do science and atheists. I'm not against these people. The thing is with these people is like if you actually bring study, like we can. I feel like society cannot live like that. Like example, I show you study, you don't believe it.
yeah,
You have to show my study. It's like, well,
Okay.
so people have to show the better study. The person who got the better study gonna win. I mean that make no sense. You know what I mean?
okay.
I
mean,
feel like
I don't think
someone
that
have to
you're
have the-
like again like that it doesn't make any sense, dude. You can't put if life started at conception. Do you think that you would survive in a minus 80 degrees freezer? Do you think that
I
is
mean,
living?
There's not IVF stuff. There's not IVF.
Yeah, exactly. IVF is in vitro fertilization. So that is what you're talking about, conception. and those are just frozen in minus 80-degree freezers, man. So they're definitely not.
Okay. That makes sense. So when you say at birth, so do I mean like at 9 months, like even 9 months, like when a
Yeah,
baby
birth.
moving
Birth.
on a body, like he's still alive? That's what you're trying to say?
Correct. Yeah, birth has to be birth. Yeah.
So what is illegal? I don't understand, but like, and then that's just so like, do you remember the debate last year with Trump when Trump say
Mhm.
Virginia there's something about I don't know if you know the debate. He said something about Virginia. He say they killing children under 9 months.
Yeah.
He would say something
Yeah,
like
he was
that,
wrong
and
about that.
people
He
was
doesn't
like,
know what
"That's
he's
so
talking
extreme."
about.
Huh?
He's wrong. They don't know what they're talking about. That's the
Okay,
post-birth
but
abortion.
people were saying that was too extreme, but and you say no, that's not extreme, but that's the normal. Like,
No, he's talking
people
about
were actually doing that.
again. It was a conspiracy that was pushed within right-wing circles about post-birth abortions, and they don't exist. And again, that is not it doesn't exist. That doesn't happen, and it's a fake news story that was pushed within right-wing conspiracy theories.
Okay, conspiracy. So if you say 9 months in the body of a woman, is not is not even alive. Like, it's not alive.
Wait, so you'd be okay with giving a 9-month pregnant woman a social security number for her baby?
I think, yeah, why not?
You would. Oh, okay. You'd start that paperwork early.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I
Should
think
they be able to go to the carpool lane?
carpool? What is that?
Yeah.
Carpool, like
So they should be able,
carpool?
9-month pregnant women should be able to go to the carpool lane.
No,
No.
I don't know. Okay,
So
let me
wait.
ask you a question. Let me,
I mean, where are we starting to? Like, where? How do we? So it's child
I
support.
think for me, it's
So
like
so
for
if
me, it's like
you're
4 weeks.
if you leave a child, if you leave you get someone pregnant and then you divorce them while they're pregnant, would you pay child support for the baby and the mom?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm not against it.
Okay, so
I'm not against
you'd
it.
pay for the baby even though the baby hadn't come.
Yes.
Okay, and
Is-
you'd be
is the
okay
same
with
thing.
paying for child care, health care for
Yeah,
that
child
baby
support.
for the
I'm
thing.
not against it. Pay child support for a woman who's pregnant. I'm not against it.
Okay, because
I'm gonna ask you a
Republicans wouldn't
question.
do that.
Do you think if, example, someone killed a woman, is she pregnant? Do you actually think, like, because you know the law, like, if you kill a woman with the children,
Yeah.
I think you go
Yeah,
in
it's because
jail
there's
for like 2
malicious
sentences.
intents. There's malicious
Huh?
intent in that. There's malicious intent in there to try to stop that baby from being born. So then they are trying to kill a second person. That's the whole point.
Okay, that's the point. So are you against that law or no?
Well, they're trying to kill the possibility of that baby being born. So therefore,
No.
it is.
Example is an accident. Example is an accident. Example, in a car accident,
Mhm.
they have no malicious or intent. I'm
Okay.
just saying, if, example, you have an accident with a pregnant woman, she pregnant, I think you're still going in jail. You're still going in jail for 2 sentences. Do you think, are you against that or not?
If it's an accident, then no. Why would you be manslaughter a second time?
Okay, that's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like, but people go in jail for 2 sentences. I think it's normal. I think it makes sense. You know what I mean? Because she have a baby, and you pretty much kill two human beings.
Okay. I don't think so. Yeah.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm. I mean, unless you have malicious intent in trying to stop that possibility from happening, and therefore, then you are doing that. You're trying to eliminate that future for that baby, which then it makes sense. It's about intent.
But intent. I thank you. I just want to actually interesting.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch the research you said. You said not conception.
Okay.
I don't know if you're gonna see. I'm gonna do my research. And,
Okay. Link it in chat, dude.
yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming on. All right, guys. Thank you for coming in. Guys, if you haven't, action.drgregshow.com, we revamped the MAVA Action Center, ladies and gentlemen. Every single state is on the left-hand side here. So let's say you live in Pennsylvania and you wanted to stop this MAHA madness that's trying to make disease spread again. Hit your state that's on the left-hand side. Go and figure out, what are they trying to do? What are they trying to pass? And then now, who should I call? We have done this for every single anti-science bill that MAHA is trying to pass. All 423 bills are up here, ladies and gentlemen. They are failing spectacularly. I have huge news. They are absolute legislative failures. They do not have the amazing ability to pass legislation like the Biden administration. They are grifters, scammers, flim-flammers, and they have failed spectacularly. And now is our chance, and now is our time to rub their noses in it and make sure that they are held accountable for even thinking for a second that they should be able to pass any type of bill that would threaten public safety like this. That's what we're doing right now. We are absolutely piling on and making fun of these people for trying to come after our public health. So please join me, action.drgregshow.com. Do your emails, do your calls, and you will be added to the action tracker right there. We hit 700 last night, guys. Keep it up. All right, guys. Back to Joe Rogan doesn't know graphs. Oh, cool. Thank you, Russell. Yeah, yeah. If Russell, I think it's the intention. If you are having if there's malintent with what you're doing and you are actually trying to impact the possibility of that life in that baby, and then absolutely should. But just in general, no, I don't think that. Hey, I just don't think that they. I like look. I don't think a lot of what's like in. I'm a biologist, guys, and I think that we have too much of a human mindset on a lot of stuff. So whatever I apply in my brain, I have to apply to other things, okay, other organisms. And like, do we think do humans believe that life of another animal begins at conception in other animals? Think about that, guys. Like, think about that. Like, no, of course not. We do not think that life begins at conception in any other life other than human life. So then the question is human life different? Okay. For morally, okay, I can understand that. I can understand that viewpoint, maybe. But guess what? Biologically, human life is no separate, no different, right? We have no difference. We have no ability to be any different than anything else. And we are animals. We are humans, and therefore, that's what informs my opinion. Like trying to apply the same set of standards to other organisms and life beginning at conception just doesn't make sense to me outside of the human paradigm, and I have to reject it. 5 Minute, welcome to the show. Hi, 5 Minute.
Oh, hello. How are you?
Good.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I was not expecting you to be talking about what you're talking about.
Okay.
But if you'll allow me a moment,
Mm-hmm.
I think that the, can we even say this word on TikTok? Can we say the A word on TikTok?
I mean, I have been. I think it's okay.
You're good. Okay. I'm trying to protect your chat, because TikTok get wild. So I personally believe that a lot of people cower
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to the topic of abortion and the idea that human life begins the moment of conception, because they don't want to say out loud that this is not somebody that I know. This
Mm-hmm.
is not somebody that has a history. This is not somebody that has taken a first breath to begin the chain of moments
Mm-hmm.
that create the life that we then mourn when those people are gone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's however you want to look at it. You can look at it as being of the devil or incredibly selfish. But honestly, that's really what people are saying. It's not a life because I don't know this person.
Mm-hmm.
Not a life because this person has not yet to make a memory outside of its mother.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be clear, I can speak of this personally.
Mm-hmm.
I was told I would never have children because of sickle cell. A lot of
Uh-huh.
us are told that. And I was 27. So I was educated and old enough and an adult enough and all the enoughs, right? And I went to my mother, first person, because I said to myself, if my body rejects this,
Yeah.
she needs to know why. And it come
Sure.
from me. I went to my mama. And the first thing my mama said to me was, baby, no. We got to take care of this.
Mm.
Because I have spent too many days, too many hours, and millions of dollars ensuring your life.
Mm.
And I don't have it in me to have to handle you being gone and this new person being here. But even worse, your body as a vessel, you have to be healthy enough to carry this child forward. And you're not.
Uh-huh.
You are not. And I did not believe her. I said, Mommy, God got it. We're going to be okay.
Yeah.
And I made the appointment just to satisfy. Because you learn to do those things when you're born
Sure.
not well. You learn to make appointments to satisfy
Mm-hmm.
parents and doctors.
Yeah.
And I woke up on that day and I knew I was alone. And I went into that doctor and my son was gone. And here's the deal with that. I said, you know what? The only love he has ever known was mine.
Yeah.
The only protection that he ever had to know, thank God, was mine. And the only memories he ever made were with me. Therefore, I was the only one that had the right to decide if I was going to talk about it
Mm.
or not, share or not,
Mm.
because I had allowed myself to have all of those crazy ideas. You know, he was going to be president and solve cancer
Yeah.
and win all the sports that I don't know anything about, like before the age of 18. You know, those weird, you know how parents get, right? He
Sure.
was going to do so much. And that's perfectly fine. But I will tell you, it is so incredibly difficult and in many ways very, and I don't know what the word is. I don't know if the word is cruel. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if it's mean. Y'all pick a word. But when you see a child come into this world to a parent that is unwell,
Yeah.
and that child at 3 years old knows what color bottle to go get mommy or daddy,
Mm-hmm.
and if that person has no support, and God is good and all of that, but
Yeah.
let's be clear, God is not paying your bills.
Yeah.
And I say that as a black woman raised by Southern black women. Like,
Mm.
but be clear. So I think you have to give a full look at what you are really doing and why you're doing it. And if you don't have, at the very least, the two people that made this person,
Yeah.
or another one to step in and be like, I'm on it. You're coming in
Mm-hmm.
one foot down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if the mother's body cannot carry, and I'm strictly speaking to illness and to that kind of a problem. I'm not talking about you were 19 at the party and oops. No. Your body cannot handle it. And a doctor looks you in your face, as mine did, and said, your baby has a 70% chance of not making it. And should you make it to labor, you got an 80% chance of being gone on that table because you are allergic to all blood transfusion, all blood
Yeah, it's
products.
awful.
So you have to consider what science has given us. Science gave me all of that information. And as painful as it was, I still dared to dream and love. And I am grateful. And I just choose to say that he made a decision that I may have been too weak to do because I allowed myself to go there.
Yeah.
But when you don't have that kind of strength, you need a lot of strength to bring a child forward.
Yeah.
A lot, and a lot of time, and a lot of recovery, and a lot of support. And I'm not saying people don't do it every day. I don't want to hear all that. I'm simply saying that we have so many miracles and so much knowledge that allows us to really make better and informed decisions and to protect ourselves in ways that people that got us here did not. And the fact that we even have the ability to sit on a phone and debate this in itself, right, is part of that miracle of science.
Yeah.
And the things we study. You know, and I don't tell anybody they're right or wrong for their beliefs. But I think that as human beings, if we are the apex and at the top of the food chain and whatnot, you know, then be responsible enough and have enough humility and grace to truly consider all of the things that all of the information that is being bestowed upon you.
Yeah.
Because not everybody has it. And I mean, my mother used to always tell me that's why there's always evil stepmothers in fairy tales. Because women passed away from childbirth.
Yeah.
But, you know, mainly infection and bleeding out afterwards.
50% of kids.
Yeah. So it's just a thought. But I saw your face, so I thought I'd come on and say hi.
Yeah, thank you, 5 minutes. I'm just gonna respect that what you shared. That was so incredible, and thank you for bringing that to us and talking and sharing your story. And just gonna respect that and let you bookend the conversation. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that.
And you have a very
all right.
Well,
thank you.
I guess good night, good morning.
Yeah. Have a good night. Thank you, 5 minutes. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
All right. Next up, Rachel Louise. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, guys. We are 20 minutes to go in this. Hey, Sean, in YouTube chat, what's up?
Plus, he's studied this stuff.
There's a lot of horse shit that's involved in climate change for sure. I've studied that, and I've had many discussions over the last 4 years.
I don't know exactly where or what he has studied about climate change, but he's definitely been.
I remember I had someone say to me, a family member, I've studied all there is to study on evolution, and I know it's false. And I'm like, wow, dude, I am an evolution major in undergrad, and I haven't even read everything on evolution. That's very impressive. That's very impressive. Oh yeah, bare necessity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I actually had it queued up, but because yeah. Anyway, thank you guys. Sarah Veet says they went to this, and we're gonna shout them out real quick in 3, 2, 1. 20 emails, guys. We revamped the MAVA Action Center. Go to the left-hand side here, pick out your state, figure out what's going on there, and then we got everything that you need to email and phone call your reps and your state senators saying, hey, don't even dare. This is insanity. How dare you? That's what we're doing. That's what we are doing. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for it.
Having a lot of discussions about.
X. What's X? What is X? We got X? We got X. Who's got X? I don't know where Fest Gear. Oh, buy Fest Gear. I don't know what X. X for actions. Oh, I'm sorry.
See, here's the thing, this climate change narrative, this is a really goofy thing that people on the left are talking about. This is because of climate change. When there's global warming...
Also, some states need the hyperlink on emails. Can you tell me which ones? I went through and I thought that they were there. So please let me know if I couldn't find one.
You just move to where it's not so warm, and that's what people have done forever.
No, Maverick. No, that's exactly wrong. That's the idea, man. The idea is that these people know our names, man. That's the whole point. Texas has 57 anti-science threats, and we made... I thought they were talking about X like as in a reference to someone else, but not the X for actions. I'm sorry. The whole point is that we have to try to know that there is some repercussions for trying this stuff and pushing it. So that's why we have in-state and out-of-states for places like Texas. We have to push these places. Okay, we have to push it.
Climate apocalypse narrative is a social contagion that's driven by power-mad psychopaths who are hell-bent on using fear and compulsion to make sure everyone steps in line so that they can continue with their acquisition of undeserved power.
And I'm just some hack on YouTube. I mean, technically I have...
Dude, isn't everything that Jordan Peterson thinks that everything is a social contagion, like, idea? Like, isn't, like, Jordan Peterson himself, like, a social contagion, a meme that happened, like, that is being pushed on to me? I did not consent for him to be a thing. It's absolutely insane to me.
Master's degree in this stuff, but I'm still paying it off, so it couldn't have been that good of an investment. But I do have a secret weapon, and it's actually the secret...
Dude, guys, do not get a master's in science, okay? Do not. All right? Do not. If you're going... Okay, this is the deal. Okay, I'll give you this insight real quick. You want a free master's? You want to get your master's for free? Get accepted into the PhD program and then leave 2 years into your PhD program. You'll get a master's. You won't pay for it. You'll master's out and you're done. Done. There you go. That's how you get a free master's program. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, people don't realize, like, you can go from an undergrad to a PhD program in the United States, and you get paid nominally a very small amount, but you get paid a little bit to get a PhD. So definitely go and get your PhD, guys. Don't wait for a master's. Don't do a master's. Exactly, Renee. See? See? Okay. Yeah. It's a very, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I was paid like $24,000 a year, and then because of my fellowship I got up to $36,000 a year. So I mean, it's not like a good salary or anything, but like the idea is that you do get paid for some of your research, and that you because you're living there, guys. You're living there, and you are spending so much time that you are TAing or you're doing something in order to pay off your tuition and get that reciprocity. But yeah, guys, get your PhD in STEM. You know, if you're gonna do it that way. Oh, nice.
to this
Exactly
entire
5 minutes.
YouTube channel.
Still got paid.
I read the article he pulled up. That's right, below the
Wow.
headline and the graph at the top, there's an entire fucking article. And almost
Wow.
every counterpoint to Joe Rogan's argument is just stuff I read in the article he's talking about. So when Joe says
This idea that the whole thing is based on carbon emissions from human beings is total bullshit.
Oh, that's it.
It's not true.
that's in direct conflict with the article he's referencing that says carbon dioxide is really that master dial. That's an important message in terms of understanding why emissions from fossil fuels are a problem today.
Yeah, exactly, guys. That's what I was talking about with the consensus thing too, right? We like it. What is the global consensus? You know, we have all these fields of science all coming together, and the one thing that puts it all together is human interaction, and specifically carbon is part of that. You know, so the idea that we have like no idea what's going on, we have no, we're just making it up. I mean, it's truly the gaslight of the century. You have so much evidence of it.
Message in terms of understanding why emissions from fossil fuels are a problem today. And then when Joe says
This is the most important thing for anybody that's really freaked out about climate change. There's no static temperature of Earth ever.
we can compare that to this other
But
quote from his new
But
favorite.
yeah, but there is one, guys. There's one that we want to live at. That's the whole point, guys. Like the idea that there is no static temperature that the Earth has always been at. Yeah, but there is like a range that that we as humans want to live at. So the idea that we have no idea, like, you know, of course we have a range that humans want to live at, and humans are new on the Earth, so we want to keep it in that zone. Yeah. Hi, DePelletier. How's it going?
Hi, Greg. How are you this evening?
Good.
Or just morning, I guess, at this point. But, good. You can just call me Dee. That's what everybody calls me. So.
Hi, Dee. How's it going?
Going well. It's going well. I didn't know. Do you want any specifics before we just dive in? But...
Yeah. Whatever you're thinking.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to ask you if you were. By the way, I listen quite a bit. Most evenings, I agree with just about everything you said. But
Cool.
but I don't know if you've dived into this in other lives. But when talking about the FDA removing the black box warnings from Premarin and estrogen type, what is it called, Dr. It's
I'm not familiar.
they're called.
I don't know.
Anyways, they're removing the black in Trump's
I heard about it.
world. I'm sorry.
Yeah, HRT, and I had heard about it.
Right. So the Premarin and the generic form of Premarin is mostly what the concern is, and that is where they're removing the black box warnings from there. This science is from about 2002, when a good majority of the HRT was prescribed was Premarin and/or a generic form of Premarin at that time, and I believe it was 70 or 80% of women that were on this type of HRT were on that type. The studies come from there, and we're taking debilitating studies of cardiovascular issues and stroke and like chronic headaches and other types of issues, and as well as a uptick in endometrial cancer. And now the FDA, coincidental, I say that with air quotes, is removing the black box warning because on Trump's new prescription plan, he is now going to be, or they, whatever, are now going to be offering a generic form of Premarin.
Gotcha.
And I just didn't know if you had any thoughts on that with talking about it. And I don't know, I mean, I would like to inform anybody that did not know. Premarin, I have a deep understanding of what Premarin is. And Premarin is a mesh together of something called pregnant mare's urine.
Oh, okay.
And Premarin basically is made in mostly Canadian PMU farms, pregnant mare's urine, where the mares, horses, are lined up in very thin stalls where they cannot move. And they basically spend their whole life on the line, dehydrated, because the more concentrated the urine is, of course, the higher the hormone, the estrogen, is in the urine. And they are continuously pregnant. And then once they give birth to that foal, that foal is then destroyed, because they are not allowed to nurse. They very rarely leave their little area until, throughout their life, and lined up in a row. Then they are sent to slaughter for whatever, price per pound on the hoof, in Canada. This is illegal here in the United States. So this is kind of a double-edged thing. I am very active in animal activism when it comes to this situation. And so I just kind of wanted to inform everybody that 50% of the population here, in the United States, we are going to, the vast majority of us are going to go through some type of change of life, whether that is forced upon us via surgery or medically, or whether or not we are naturally able to go through it. We are going to probably have to take some form of HRT in order to keep our bones healthy, and all of these things. And this is something that is very concerning to a lot of people. I mean, I added that side thing about the horses, so if people were not aware of the atrocity, I find it to be one of the biggest atrocities in the pharmaceutical industry, that since there are other options for this.
Sure.
And of course we have the science that's backing that really the risk outweighs the benefit. But right now the FDA is saying, oh no, the benefit outweighs the risk. Of course, in my opinion, I will say that for TikToky purposes, it's all about money, because they are now going to be offering a generic form of Premarin on their new prescription, website or whatever, pharmacy, Trump Pharmacy or whatever. So anyways, I will stop chatting now. I didn't know, and just let you
Cool. Thank
respond.
you. Yeah, I honestly, I'm not informed on this, so thank you for talking about it. I appreciate that.
Yeah. And I wanted to bring up one other thing. This was actually on my mind the other night when you were talking about, I think you were talking about the herpes virus, and I don't know if you had heard of what's happening in the horse world as far as EHV1, and I just kind of wanted to connect the dots because I'm a connect the dot person. But
okay.
In Texas, there's a couple of rodeo events, and they turned into kind of super spreader events amongst horses for EHV1, which is equine herpes virus. There's EHV1 through 4. 1 is the most dangerous, as it causes neurological symptoms as well as respiratory. And they are now closing, canceling, postponing equine events all across the country because EHV1 is very detrimental. And we're dealing with the demographic of people in the rodeo world that probably are very much largely were against wearing masks, were against D19 vaccines. I mean, this demographic is very Trump supporting, flags on the, all of this stuff. And I just find it interesting that because horses are their livelihood and they make so much money from them and all this, that they are all behind until this gets under control, because this is very contagious. They're all behind now canceling these types of events. And we have the National Finals Rodeo that's coming up December 2nd. And they're still discussing whether or not they're going to cancel that. That's huge. This is hundreds of millions of dollars to Vegas, different, trade shows and Christmas, Cowboys Christmases where there's a lot of vendors and of course events and concerts and all sorts of things. Like it closes down Vegas for a while. But I just found it interesting. I'm just connecting dots here that now they are all for kind of saving their bottom line
Yeah.
and keeping horses away from each other. But yet they didn't do that for people.
Yeah, grandma had to die for the economy back in 2020. They didn't want to close the economy down for that there. So,
Right. So I don't know, I
uh,
just wanted to bring that up. And EHV1 is there is a vaccine for EHV.
uh,
EHV and it does help with the respiratory issues, but it does not help with the neurological issues, which is the major problem with EHV1 is that the neurological issues. However, like most vaccines, it does help to lessen the symptoms,
yeah.
even of EHV1, and it does help to support the respiratory not support, I guess that's the right word, but cut down on the respiratory symptoms and also lighten the load of the shedding of the virus in totality. So then again, it is less likely to be less likely to be as contagious if the vaccine's done. And of course, a majority of these horses, it's suggested every 6 months for the ESV virus, especially for a horse that goes to lots of competitions and events
Yeah.
and stuff. And of course, the vast majority of these horses were not vaccinated as well. And again, I will concede that EHV1, the vaccine does not. It doesn't help with the neurological issues. It does not. It was not created for that. But still, it
Interesting.
does help with all the other issues. But anyways, I just thought a couple interesting things. I just thought I'd throw out
Wow.
there.
Very cool. Wow. Thank you for
Yeah.
educating us on it. I had no idea about either. I'd heard about the HRT stuff, but thank you for talking about that. And I had no idea about the EHV1 stuff. It's really interesting.
Yeah. So there's many cases each year, and again, there's EHV1 through E4, and EHV1 is the only one. I realize I'm repeating myself, but just EHV1 is the one with the neurological issues,
Gotcha.
and it's very scary and it's very contagious. And farriers, vets, people, you can transfer it from one place to another. It is also airborne. A lot of people are screaming in a lot of comments like it's not able. It is for about 30 feet. It's most certainly is.
Dang.
If a horse snort, I mean they have big schnozzes, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I was
mean
gonna say,
they
like when
sneeze,
they're
they
yeah.
sneeze, it goes. I mean it
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
it goes
They're
down.
giant lungs. I
Um,
mean, that's just like a
yeah,
snot rockets.
yeah. So
Listen.
exactly, it's not rockets, right? Yeah. So I just kind of wanted to kind of connect some dots there for some people, and since I'm deep in the horse world, but I'm
Thank
also
you.
very, very pro science. I thought I'd connect some dots with people about the current administration
Sure.
with deleting those black box warnings, and that it's going to it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot of women, and then of course what's happening in the horse world with the
Wow.
EHV.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming up and thank you for educating us. I
Sure.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you for having
Dee.
me up. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. All right, guys. Thank you, 5 minutes. I'm gonna wrap up. I've been, guys, trying to end stream just so I can, because I've been doing a lot more admin stuff outside of stream. So I could stream on here for another 4 hours. I love talking to you guys, everything like that. But I've been trying to get to bed earlier for my mental health and helping that. Oh, thank you, Casey. Thank you for that. So we're gonna end it here, guys, and then we can watch the end of the Climate Town video tomorrow. And yeah, so we can always have something, guys. You know what I mean? I don't have to go until the graveyard shifts. We can just have goodness out there. You know what I mean? Okay, so we'll do the outro. Sorry. We'll do the shout outs. And then we'll do GeoGuessr. And then we'll go. That'll be the order of operations, okay? So the shout outs to the top gifters. Then we'll go GeoGuessr really quick. And then boom. Then hit it. Thank you guys to all the Patreons. Mrs. Dr. G, Ado, Call Me Ness. Also, guys, if you subscribe to my Substack, your name will be here as well. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you, 5 Minute. Thank you, Island, Frank, Noble, Souls, and Marissa. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, MB Human, for 12,000 likes. That's incredible. Thank you so much. Sadie Sadie One Love, Noble Sharon, JDS, Island, Alina, Heather. Hey, thank you. Thank you guys watching in YouTube chat. I appreciate you. I think we had like an all-time high of 7 people in YouTube chat tonight, which is really cool. I love that. I love it. Thank you guys. Let's do it real quick, guys. We got GeoGuessr coming up. GeoGuessr. All right, guys. Here we go. Are you guys ready? Uh-oh. Ah. I guess it's a side world. Ooh. I mean, let's see. Man. First, I don't do this right. This. I always try to do something weird. Nothing ever works right. Ah. Camera. This. Hi. Hello. Hello. Now you can see my whole room. Oh no. All right, whatever. All right. Here we go, guys. Ready? GeoGuessr. Try to guess it in chat, guys. I'm not looking. Get him out. Here he goes. Ooh, where are we in the world? Mamala, no. Ooh, I don't know. Thinking like Europe. Wide license plate with the blue on the left. That has to be Europe, I think, right? Let's see here. Looks like UK or something, like Scottish. Ireland. What side of the road are we on? We're on the correct side, the right side. So I think that leaves us. Whoa. Is Ireland the right side as well? Or are we? Wait. Okay. Oh, okay. It's a one-way street. No. Is it? Oh my gosh, guys, what is going on? A minute. Got a minute. Looking for. Ooh, tuck. Okay, so this is definitely a European thing. A right side of the road, like Denmark? Is that what language that was? Some suburb? Medicinas Precis. Oh man, I can't see any websites. Come on. Websites. Taipei. I don't know what language that is, guys. I think it's like Northern European, Denmark, Scandinavia. Has to be. Okay, let's just try. Netherlands, Amsterdam, like some outside of the suburbs in Amsterdam. Oof. Sorry. Latvia. Of course. Did not get that one. Dude, that's going to be in Madonna. It was Madonna, Latvia. I don't see anyone in checking in that one. Of course. Exactly. Okay. Ooh, this feels very Europe too. Let's see, guys. Okay, yellow license plates. New York? Is this New York? Okay, I'm feeling New York. Yeah. Staten Island, maybe. Bus Bellomonte, Electronicina, Bosque Verde, Spain or Mexico? Spain, Mexico, Madrid. Are we outside of? Are we in Madrid? Feeling Madrid. Calle Suba. Was there anything on these here? License plate. I mean, websites. Nope. Can't see it. Here. Avisos. That doesn't look Spanish to me. I don't know. I didn't recognize any of those words. My Spanish isn't good. My vocabulary is Auto vato. Man, Let's see, .com. So it's a big city. I'm gonna go Madrid. I'm feeling Madrid right now. Oh, website. AC. OCJ. CJJ. Oh my gosh, I can't find it. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to go just Madrid. I don't know. Doesn't feel like it. It feels like maybe Mexico City. It's either that or Mexico City. I'm gonna go Mexico City. Oh, Colombia, man. Dang. I just last second just moved from Colombia, from Spain and Madrid to, dude, that's a tough one, dude. Colombia is very tough, man. Bogota. AC. Is that what AC is? Colombia CA? Was it CA? Yeah, Renee, I thought the same thing. Dang. All right. Until next time, guys. Oh man, we are screwed, guys. This is not good. Okay, this is this Europe? I should play the music. Whoa, what was that? That's blurred out that entire thing. That was crazy. I just went back there and looked at the signs. Up right here. Back here. Oh my gosh. Dude, Russian is like the worst language to get because the amount of space in the world that speaks Russian is so far apart from one another. Like, how do you know, man? Oh my gosh. How do you know? I'm looking at the telephone lines. I can't understand that. This could be like Mongolia all the way to Eastern Europe. All the way to, I mean, this is like really tough, man. Might actually see something here. Here, this thing, KFC. Ugh. I was hoping to see a website. No, I have no idea. This is awful. Okay, I'm gonna go Mongolia just because I'm constantly. It is just constantly something that I get for. It doesn't look like Mongolia though. Damn, that was Novorossiysk. That's a tough one. Nobody got Novorossiysk. It is, yeah, it is. Yeah. That's so tough, dude. I mean, seriously, cause you're going all the way from like Moscow over here, all the way to any of these cities, you know, like it's so tough to know what to do. It's so hard, man. You really got to know. It's gigantic. It's Russia, exactly. Exactly. But yeah, guys. Cool. I like it. Thank you for exploring the world with me. Hey, Neeks. Oh, thank you, Neeks. I appreciate you. Yeah, guys, we were in the trenches. Guys, when I say that I will go anywhere, I will go anywhere. I will go to any stream, any place in MAGA world. I'm not kidding. We are unafraid. Science is unafraid, guys. We have to go into these places, and they deserve science, right? They deserve science communication. They deserve someone telling them the truth. You know what I mean? And for too long, people haven't been able to go into these places until now. My mood stabilizer can't handle it. I'm happy you can. Yes, I see MAGA lives all the time. Want me to tag you in? Yes, Amy. Yes, please. Yes, guys. That unironically, I would love that. Thank you, Jessica Black. Thank you, Jill. Thank you, guys. And yeah, absolutely. What is the sign behind you for? This is the amount of vaccines our community has gotten. So 1,146 vaccines our families and our communities have gotten. And this is 720 political actions that we have done. So we are trying to organize in order to stop these anti-science bills that are going through the United States right now. So anytime someone does a political action or does a political action, an email or a phone call, we count it. So we have 720 phone calls and emails sent. So we're talking a lot of action, guys. We are not just a passive community. We are there. We are getting involved. Vaccines, yeah, exactly, because all vaccines are safe and effective against the diseases that they prevent. And you should get vaccinated. Flu and COVID shots yearly. And figure out what your titer is. See if you got any holes. You catch vaccines like Pokemon. You want to get them all, everyone. Vaccinated daily. Honestly, just suspend TRT inside vaccines and just vaccinate people every day with their TRT. I'm joking. I made 7 calls today. Marissa, you're amazing. 727. Nice, Marissa. 3, 2, 1. You're awesome. I appreciate you. I have a standing 2 p.m. appointment with my CVS for my daily flu vaccine. Yes, it happens. The misspeak does happen. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you for I think I need to, I'm going ending a little later than expected. I have a lot of work to do, so I don't think I can tonight. But sometimes, yeah, I'm down for the Discord chats for sure. Guys, drgregshow.com. If you missed the show, check the YouTube archive. All right, go to the YouTube archive. That's where they are. Dr. Greg Show, drgregshow.com. Hey, what's this? All right, so we got your YouTubes. We got your YouTube, and then you can go here. No, I didn't, Marissa. No, it was on someone else's thing and it's on my phone, so it's kind of hard for me to record it. Go to live here. And then, hey, what's this? Oh my gosh, this is every single live that I've done and how I've spent so much of my life in since July. And it's crazy. Yeah. And then videos, guys, on the video channel. This is kind of like the highlights. Okay, these are like the highlights of the good conversations that we've had that are incredible and that should be actually used. And you should check it out. These are really good conversations. So that's where they are. Also, guys, you go to drgregshow.com. The Substack is up, ladies and gentlemen. So basically, every night after the show, I am publishing the show notes with the graphs. So if you were interested in graphs, if you like charts, I'm going to give them to you. So because we do so much original reading, we like to read here. We're big readers, unironically. And the idea is that, you know what, I want to give you the original document. I want to give you the graphs that I was looking for. And I'm going to email it to you through a Substack, or you can just download. Guys, Substack is really cool. Like, legitimately, it's not just an email template thing. I thought it was just a newsletter, and it's not. It's basically like social media 2.0. Like, imagine if your social media was just the people that you followed, and then the creators were incentivized to have really good posts because they were paid money. I know it's crazy. It's crazy. So it's so cool. And then guess what? So you're cruising around on Substack doing your social media stuff. And then guess what is at the top? Oh,
Welcome.
Whoa.
To the Dr. Greg Show.
Wow.
November 23rd,
What?
2025.
Wow, this sounds really interesting, guys. This sounds like a really good episode. I'm gonna probably just like end the live here so I can go listen to this guy's episode. And he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. And you know what? It's an audio version only, so nobody talks about what he looks like. You know, so it's like he's really respected for his intelligence and not like what he looks like on video. You know what I mean? Like really erudite, well researched. You know, has a lot of opinions that are well based in fact, and you know what I mean. So it's like he sounds really good. Sounds good. Stop. No, you stop. You stop, Marissa. Stop objectifying me. Okay, I'm just kidding. All right, guys, for real. We joke. Yes, Night Flyer. See, Night Flyer is good. Night Flyer is down. Night Flyer is down. I would never. All right, guys, real quick, get your heart me's in, okay? It's the one and only call for heart me's. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the shout outs. Thank you for all the gifts. Thank you guys for being so awesome. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming in and supporting me on other channels. I always see you in the comments. You guys are so awesome. You're a great community, and I appreciate you, and I love you all so much, genuinely. Thank you so much. It really helps me feel empowered going into these other places when I see you in chat and you're there and you're pumping it up and you're being awesome. And guys, you guys are always super respectful in other people's chats. That's the best thing, right? Like we are joining there and we are guests in their space, and you guys are really respectful and adding to the conversation. You're not trying to get all in there and cause troubles and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I really do appreciate you. I will, Renee, I will. So I appreciate you guys when you're respectful, and you guys have always been. So I really appreciate that. So thank you. So yeah, Kathleen was there. Very respectful, very nice. I appreciate you guys. All right, guys, we are out of here. I got a lot of work to do. We're done for the night. Demure. Definitely demure. Exactly. But it's gonna be me. Yeah. I'm the problem, it's me, right? That's the problem. I'm the problem, it's me. You know what I mean? It happens. We get a little spicy. It's okay. You can get spicy. It's all good. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Okay? Let's turn this up. I can't hear. Okay. Anyway, guys. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Have a good one. Peace. It doesn't do the thing. Okay, I hate it. Okay, get out of here. Go. Don't look at me. I'm a monster. Go. All right, YouTube. Thank you guys. Thank you, YouTube. I appreciate you guys in chat. I appreciate the YouTube comments. Thank you. Have a good one.